Good afternoon. Thank you for waving back, but normally more than one person waves or says good afternoon, so this is my way to check the energy of the room. Let's try it again. Good afternoon. There we go, that's better. That is, I am here to see someone I care about graduate energy, not let's go to the library energy. All right, I can already tell we're gonna get along really well, people. This is great. My name is Sean Farfaro. I am pleased to welcome you to the Ontario Agricultural College ceremony this afternoon. And before I tell you a little bit about the actual convocation proceedings themselves, I just want to take a moment to help you identify the emergency exits so that you're aware in the unlikely event we have to evacuate the building for any reason. For those of you up in the bleachers, it is quite simple. You proceed back up to the track level, make your way down to this door and directly outside. Essentially, head for daylight. For those of you on this side of the floor, the exit is in the back corner of the room. You're going to stand up, you're going to turn around, go out that back door. In the back corner of that hallway is a staircase that'll take you directly outside. For those of you on this half of the room, there are three options. There are two doors at the back, one door at the front. All of those take you to the front entrance that you came in this morning, okay? In the unlikely event we have to evacuate, now you know. Under no circumstances, go that way. There are no doors over there. Big problem. Anyway, back to convocation. The University of Guelph is honored by our graduates, and we take great pride in our convocation ceremony. In order to allow full attention on convocation, we would ask that you please silence all cell phones and electronic devices for the duration of the ceremony. Our colleagues from Alumni Affairs have developed a social media program specifically for convocation. You probably saw it on the screens while you were waiting. We would ask you please share your photos, memories, and perhaps some advice for our new graduates by joining us on social media and using the hashtag #GuelphGrad. Now, convocation is a time for celebration. It's an opportunity for all of us to come together as a community to honor the success and achievements of all of our graduates. They've worked so hard. I think it's safe to say everyone in this room knows how hard they've worked. It's amazing that we all get to share this experience with them today, don't you think? And shared really is the key word. We're all here today sharing a collective moment. It's a moment that each of you will remember forever and each of our graduates will never forget. So let's all work together to help to create a positive atmosphere that both respects and celebrates this momentous occasion for all of our graduates. No pressure. Now, before the graduates actually enter the room, we've prepared a short video so you can learn a little bit more about a University of Guelph convocation ceremony.
Convocation is a momentous occasion and steeped in rich history. The ceremonials used for conferring degrees have evolved over a millennium, and the gowns and hoods represent that history. The gowns for baccalaureate and magisteriate degrees are black, with the hood color differing to represent each degree program. The doctorates at the University of Guelph have bright blue gowns, while the honorary degree recipients have red. The University of Guelph crest represents our institution's specific history. The stallion above represents our connection to the Royal City of Guelph, the book to the liberal arts, the astrolabe to the sciences, and the cornucopia, our connection to abundance and agriculture. The motto for the crest, Rerum cognoscere causas, is a quote from Virgil. It is variously translated to be either happy is the one who is able to ascertain the reason of things, or perhaps to know the meaning of things. Now to the ceremony itself. The procession of people into the hall is also influenced by ancient tradition. The graduands will be the first to enter, heralding the start of the ceremony. The graduands will be followed by the arrival of the mace, which will lead the platform party. The mace is a symbol of authority of the university and will be carried by the beadle. In medieval universities, a beadle was chosen by the instructor to work as an assistant. Today, the beadle is the ceremonial officer of Senate. Following the beadle and mace is the Chancellor, the President, members of the administration and the honorees, fellows of the university, members of the board and Senate, and members of faculty and staff. The ceremony will be organized by college. We will begin with doctorates and magisteriates, followed by the baccalaureate degrees. The name reader will present scholars by degree category. As the name of each student is called, the beadle will place the hood over the recipient's shoulders. This moment will be captured, and there will be a simultaneous live webcast of the event to allow family members and friends to watch from a distance. Each student will pause at center stage, and a photograph will be taken. We understand the joy and excitement accompanying such an auspicious occasion, but we ask that you hold your cumulative applause until after each group of graduates has crossed the stage. We assure you there will be an opportunity for truly thunderous applause before the ceremony ends. Once all the degrees are conferred and all the cheers are cheered, the Chancellor will close the ceremony and a recessional will play. We would ask that you please remain standing during the recessional until the platform party has processed out of the hall, and then remain at your seat for a brief closing announcement about the reception that follows and instructions on a phased dismissal. Welcome to Convocation at the University of Guelph.
Please stand as you're able for the arrival of the graduating class.
Ani, we give thanks to the Creator. We acknowledge the world around us and understand our place within it. We acknowledge and offer our respect to the many nations that walk this land in the past, the many nations that walk it today, and welcome you to the treaty lands and territory of the Mississaugas of the Anishinaabe. Sacred trust, we are the keepers of this land. She shelters and sustains us. Long after the flesh fails the spirit, we will care for this land. Our drums will be heard upon the wind, our voices in the rustle of the leaf. Our people have a sacred trust for the land, a trust no man may break, a trust that death cannot sever. We were here when you first stepped foot upon this land, and here we will remain long after the last step has disturbed your soil.
As an institution committed to learning, research, and to improving life, we are on a journey of transformative acts towards reconciliation. We acknowledge our role in strengthening relationships with First Nations, Inuit, and Métis peoples, and in upholding our responsibilities as treaty partners and citizens. We know there's much work to do here and across Canada, and we're dedicated to taking these next steps together towards a brighter future. We would ask you to please remain standing as you're able for the singing of today's national anthem, which will be performed by Amadita Sorabi.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
We live in a country that values freedom, in a society that recognizes the dignity of every person. We live in a time of peace. We have been blessed. We have been given the opportunity to learn in a school that strives for excellence, by people of wisdom and compassion. We have been blessed. We have been supported by family, accompanied by friends, and challenged by the world around us to grow through our experiences. Let us enter this present moment with grateful hearts, mindful of what we have received, for we have a future filled with hope. We have been truly blessed. Amen.
Please be seated. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mary Ann Chambers, and it is my pleasure to serve as Chancellor of the University of Guelph. I am a daughter of the Caribbean island of Jamaica. 49 years ago, my husband and I chose Canada to be our home, the place to raise our 2 young sons. I made a commitment then, as I do now, that we would be good for Canada, and Canada would be good for us. I have begun my remarks that way at more than 50 convocation ceremonies over the last few years. And whenever I have felt that it was time to stop introducing myself that way, there have been members of the University of Guelph community who have shared their own stories with me and told me how my story has reminded them that we all belong here. And each time that has happened, we have embraced what we have in common, even as we share thoughts of how our countries or regions of birth and our own life experiences might be different. Today, we are celebrating much of what we have in common, like our understanding of the importance of dreaming big and working hard to make those big dreams a reality, like the importance of believing in ourselves while supporting others during challenging times and cheering each other on with every little taste of success. Like not taking our sense of community or our pride that we share as Canadians for granted. Like recognizing that we are indeed stronger when we are able to rely on each other. With me on this platform are representatives of the university's senior leadership team, faculty and staff, and members of the university's Board of Governors and Senate, all of whom are here to proudly celebrate what our graduates have achieved. I am truly grateful for their dedication to the personal and professional development and success of our students. Here is just a very small sample of why we can all be proud to be members of the University of Guelph community. The Lang School of Business and Economics has earned an outstanding reputation for graduating high-caliber, career-ready students. Employers in our co-op programs describe our students as humble, collaborative, and team-focused, and say that they make their organizations stronger. Lang tied with 2 universities in Western Canada for a ranking of #1 in Canada for hospitality education. Their newest programs include an in-person direct entry MBA, an online Bachelor of Commerce in Sport Management, a Master of Real Estate, and 2 programs in collaboration with the College of Engineering and Physical Sciences, a Master of Engineering Management, and a Master of Cybersecurity Leadership and Cyberpreneurship, both of which reflect the engineering college's commitment to equipping students for the evolving needs of the engineering profession. At the College of Engineering and Physical Sciences, Alexa Bates, a 4th-year environmental engineering student, was named one of Canada's top 25 environmentalists under 25. Emma Sanderson, also a 4th-year environmental engineering student, is now president of the Canadian Federation of Engineering Students, representing more than 85,000 students from 50 engineering schools nationwide. I have been truly impressed by what I have observed when I have attended the annual College of Engineering and Physical Sciences Student Research Day. Our scholars are brilliant, and they are learning from the best. Our faculty members are recipients of the top global awards in fields such as sustainability, food, water, and groundwater science, including the prestigious Biesel Research Award from the Humboldt Foundation, one of only 20 or so such awards presented to outstanding academics outside of Germany each year. Dr. Beth Parker has been elected to the US National Academy of Engineering and leads our new Morwick Groundwater Research Center and its team of 45 scientists and engineers, faculty, staff, and students who collaborate with external partners on critical groundwater research. You might already know that 50% of the world's population and 8.9 million Canadians rely on groundwater for their drinking water. The city of Guelph relies almost entirely on groundwater. During an intermission at a Shaw Festival theatre production, I overheard a young woman seated behind me proudly reveal to the people next to her that she had studied at the University of Guelph with one of the leading cast members. The young woman behind me said, "Everyone knows about the Agricultural College and the Veterinary College, but few people know about the fantastic theatre studies program at the University of Guelph." So I wasn't at all surprised when my husband and I joined the crowd that filled War Memorial Hall last winter and thoroughly enjoyed the production of Little Shop of Horrors, a musical staged by the College of Arts. The philosophy department of the College of Arts also organized this year's Regional Ethics Bowl, where 11 teams from local high schools competed. The Ethics Bowl emphasizes impartial truth-seeking and promotes collaboration and empathy in the resolution of ethical dilemmas. We certainly know how important that is, especially in today's world. The College of Arts has just completed the first year of its new Bachelor of Creative Arts, Health and Wellness program. So OAC, our agricultural college, which is ranked second in Canada for agriculture and forestry, has celebrated its 150th anniversary and welcomed Dr. David McCarthy, the university's first Canada Excellence Research Chair, to its School of Environmental Sciences. The focus for Dr. McCarthy and his research team in the Environmental and Public Health Microbiology Lab is waterborne pathogens, surveillance, prediction, and mitigation. This fall, OVC, our veterinary college, will welcome the first Northern cohort students through its collaborative Doctor of Veterinary Medicine program with Lakehead University. That program has been established in partnership with the Government of Ontario to address the significant need for veterinary care in remote, rural, and northern communities. OVC has maintained its ranking of first in Canada for veterinary science and ranks 6th in the world. CSAS, our College of Social and Applied Human Science, is providing subsidized mental health services to residents of Guelph and beyond, while also offering clinical training for students at our Maplewood Center for Family Therapy and Child Psychology. CSAS has launched 3 new master's level programs in mental health, psychotherapy, and relational and family therapy. CSAS faculty members' success rate for the 2024 Social Sciences and Humanities Research Council Insight Grant competition was around 70%, far exceeding the national average of 40%. CSAS graduate students are consistently successful in securing national and international scholarships, including the highly prestigious Vanier Graduate Scholarship. In the 2024-2025 academic year, the college was able to support students with $1.5 million in awards and scholarships. A large number of CSAS students are participating in various study abroad programs, gaining the kind of experience that will be of great value to them in their careers. Our College of Biological Science, CBS, is home to the world's largest DNA library. CBS's Center for Biodiversity Genomics collected its 15 millionth specimen this year. CBS hosted a very successful symposium for the highly prestigious Gairdner Foundation last June. The symposium explored the role of the microbiome in medicine and nutrition, as well as the impacts of culture and industrialization on our gut microbiomes. The Gairdner Foundation's global reach includes 102 Nobel Prize winners among recipients of its awards. CBS, and indeed the entire University of Guelph, also proudly celebrate Jaden Parker, a student from Bermuda, who will study biodiversity, conservation, and nature recovery at the University of Oxford as a Rhodes Scholar. When he was 13, Jaden's mother, who as a single parent raised him and his sister, surprised Jaden by enrolling him in a summer volunteer program at the Bermuda Aquarium, Museum, and Zoo. The rest, as they say, is history. The university environment helps us to learn how to learn, exposing us to life's challenges and life's opportunities. We must never lose our appetite for exploring and learning, whether in formal settings or in our day-to-day interactions with others. Maintaining a growth mindset will help us to dream what could be considered impossible dreams, and to appreciate the journey as being as important as the destination. There are many challenges that will continue to need our thoughtful attention, like climate change and food insecurity, global health and geopolitical instability. Addressing challenges such as these is critical to the survival and sustainability of our planet. Artificial intelligence is also for real, and it calls upon us to value the accuracy of information and how we use data, as well as the importance of ethical approaches to decision-making. Graduates, I mention all of this to remind you that you are building upon a foundation established by high achievers from every college of this university. I hope you have a sense of what is possible. I want you to aspire to greatness. Most of all, I want you to make your lives matter, because our world truly needs you to do so. The world should be a better place because you have lived. As you embrace the joy and satisfaction of these moments and look with optimism and courage towards the next chapters in your lives, I wish you continued success, and I ask that you remember how you have gotten this far. I am thinking about those who have cared so much about you and have often made significant sacrifices to enable you to dream big. So if you are able to do so, Now would be a good time to stand, look around you and behind you, and applaud all who have helped to get you to this point. Thank you. So from where I stand, I get to see the parents and how relieved they look. I also know from conversations I've had with students that some have had to work hard under difficult personal circumstances to achieve their dreams. I admire and applaud the strength, resilience, and determination that you have all demonstrated. Not very long ago, you came to this university as students. Today, you are becoming alumni, forever cherished members of the University of Guelph community. I am extremely grateful to members of our university community who provide advice, mentorship, opportunities for co-op placements and experiential learning, or financial support in the form of scholarships, bursaries, and other awards for our students. So whether you view life through a social justice lens, the curiosity of a scientist, the precision of an engineer, the creative spirit of an artist, or the mindset of a pragmatist, remember why you chose to pursue a university education. I would like to believe you did so not only to improve yourselves and your prospects for the future, but also to improve life for others. Remain close to the University of Guelph, and if at all possible, please do whatever you can to help ensure the success of students who will follow you. This will always be your alma mater. You can be very proud of that. Your university is certainly very proud of you. I wish you the very best, always.
Good afternoon. My name is Paul Sibley, and I'm the Director for the School of Environmental Sciences. Madam Chancellor, in the recommendation of the Senate at the University of Guelph, it is my honor to present to you Dr. Beverly Hale for the distinction of University Professor Emerita. Dr. Hale is an internationally recognized expert in the field of soil ecotoxicology, whose visionary leadership over 3 decades has guided the Ontario Agricultural College. Dr. Hale managed the university's landmark agreement with the Ministry of Agriculture, Food and Rural Affairs as the Associate Vice President Research of the Agri-Food Partnership from 2018 to 2023. The success of this partnership supports Guelph's Agri-Food Research Platform to this day, representing 11% of the university's operating budget. As acting chair, Dr. Hale guided the successful merger of the Department of Land Resource Science and the Department of Environmental Biology to form the School of Environmental Sciences in 2009. Throughout her career, she has authored 85 peer-reviewed publications in highly reputable journals, as well as 13 book chapters advancing scientific understanding in ways that have had far-reaching impacts. Dr. Hale is an established leader in the field of environmental toxicology, serving as a co-leader in the Metals of Environment Network and as a node leader in the Canadian Network of Toxicology Centers for more than a decade. Through this work, Dr. Hale was instrumental in directly influencing regulatory policy at both the federal and provincial levels in Canada. Dr. Hale has presented research at international conferences and has been widely cited by her peers. Her meta-analysis of the ecological risk assessments of nickel in soil informed global regulatory risk assessments of nickel in Europe, Korea, and elsewhere. As a leader, Dr. Hale is passionate about fostering the next generation of women scientists. She effectively supports women in STEM, empowering them through leadership and mentorship, and contributing to a more inclusive and diverse scientific community. For her exceptional commitment to scholarship and education, I ask you, Madam Chancellor, to confer upon Dr. Beverly Hale the distinction of University Professor Emerita.
By the authority of the Senate of the University of Guelph, it is my pleasure to name you University Professor Emerita. Congratulations. Thank you. I would now invite Dr. Beverly Hale to deliver the convocation address.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody, especially the graduates who are here on this very special day. When I was invited to speak to you today, I asked myself, given that it's been 30 years since I was in your position, or maybe a few more actually, but what could I possibly say that was going to be useful to you at this exciting and uncertain moment in your lives? The world has seen many changes since I stood where you are now, but there are two that I want to highlight, and I have some advice for both of them. The first one, I am astounded by the sheer availability and variety of real and less than real information at your fingertips. It's amazing. Compared to when I was a student conducting a literature review, which involved photocopiers in the library and hardcover books, you can now access a world of knowledge in seconds. But with this access comes a big challenge. How do you know what is true? How do you know what you know? And how do you know what you don't know? How are you going to figure that out? So in an age of rapid technological advancement, especially in artificial intelligence, your ability to discern truth and synthesize information and think critically will be one of the greatest assets you bring to civilization, to the workforce, and to your family. The second big change I remark upon is that your generation has embraced self-care in ways that were not enabled when I was your age. There is now more space to be different, to ask for help, and to prioritize mental and emotional well-being. This is a profound and positive shift for our society. Now, at first glance, these two evolutions, information access and self-care, seem kind of unrelated, and in a way they are. But then I came across a New York Times op-ed by an author whose name is Hanya Yanagihara, and if you haven't read her book, A Little Life, I would strongly recommend you do, because it's a great story. She was giving advice to aspiring writers, and she had a few perspectives that I thought made a lot of sense to anybody, really. Number one, don't internalize praise or criticism. They don't define the entirety of who you are. You know best how accurate they are. Professors, all of those on the platform will know this, we receive no end of anonymous evaluations of our teaching, of our research, of our grant proposals. And early in my career, I dreaded opening those envelopes because, of course, in those days they were physical snail mail envelopes. Some reviews were crushing, some were exhilarating, but none of them were really totally accurate. Over time, I learned to weigh them against my core values and self-knowledge. And it turns out that every review, even the harshest ones, taught me something useful. So for the sake of your mental health, don't take things personally. but consider them personally and seriously. They will build your resilience and fuel your creativity. Second recommendation is to engage with people and ideas outside your discipline. There is no single right way to solve a problem or achieve a goal, and it can be very intimidating to be the least knowledgeable person in the room, but that's often where the most learning happens. Your academic journey likely began very broadly with your first-year courses and then became more specialized as the years went by. Now, with your degree in your hand, you have the freedom to explore, guided not by a syllabus or a calendar of the university, but by your own curiosity and the ability to connect diverse ideas to your lived experiences is key to understanding what is true and meaningful in what you hear and read and see. The third recommendation is to travel and seek discomfort when you do, because when you travel outside your comfort zone, your senses sharpen and your thinking deepens. I was fortunate to travel with researchers in OAC to both Vietnam and Sierra Leone, where we visited and worked with farmers who were innovating under incredibly difficult conditions. And coming from the well-supported agricultural systems of Ontario, I was truly humbled. I had no idea that that's how farmers around the world in many places were managing their livelihood. So if your job doesn't take you to unfamiliar places, which for some of you it won't, and if adventurous travel isn't your thing naturally, go with someone who pushes you. Even in a globalized world, there are still places that will challenge your assumptions and broaden your perspective. Fourth, finish what you start. This habit builds both internal confidence and external credibility. Success doesn't always come from brilliance. Sometimes it does, but mostly it doesn't. It mostly comes from persistence. Only completed work can be evaluated, improved, and built upon, and half-finished projects can mislead and stall your progress. Finishing things, however imperfectly it may be, gives you momentum and earns you respect. So those 4 pieces of advice I've given you are valuable, but they focus mostly on you as an individual, what you can control yourself, about yourself. So let me offer one more focused on your relationships with others, which is how you engage with the group around you, and that is, remember that people will rarely remember exactly what you said or you did, but they will always remember how you made them feel. So your personal and professional success will be shaped by your relationships with friends, with family, with colleagues, with mentors, and those you lead. So be generous with praise. Give credit where it's due. Be present and empathetic in difficult moments. And own your mistakes, because you will make them. And if you're not making plenty of mistakes, you're not taking enough risks. And without risk, there is no growth. So it might seem a little bleak to end this address on the topic of mistakes, but I want to tell you that my career wasn't defined by one great success. It was a collection of small wins, many failures, and meaningful relationships with unforgettable people. And with that, I wish you courage, curiosity, and many connections as you step into the next chapter of your life. Congratulations and good luck.
My name is Jade Ferguson, and I serve the university community as Assistant Vice President, Academic Equity and Inclusion. Thank you, Dr. Hale, for your inspiring words of advice on the many assets our graduating students bring to addressing challenges facing our current world. So graduates, now is the moment you've all been waiting for. Will the graduating class please rise? Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you these scholars who have fulfilled the statutory requirements laid down by the Senate of the University of Guelph that they may be admitted to their various and several degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me and in the University of Guelph, it is my pleasure to accept you for admission to your various and several degrees with all the rights, privileges and obligations appertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Will members of the graduating class please be seated?
Good afternoon. My name is John Cranfield. I'm the Dean of the Ontario Agricultural College, or OAC as we like to call it. I'm incredibly proud to stand before you and to offer my heartfelt congratulations. Today we celebrate your achievements and welcome you into a community of scholars, thinkers, and doers. You're joined in a tradition of excellence that has been in the making for over 150 years. Since 1874, OAC has been a beacon of innovation, education, and discovery. The world was very different when we opened our doors, but one thing has remained constant: the commitment of our college and the people in it to fostering new knowledge, creating change, and equipping each generation with the tools to shape the future. Today, as you graduate, you become part of this extraordinary legacy. Just think for a moment about the generations that came before you. Imagine the hopes, the dreams, the aspirations of those early students who walked the halls of OAC when we were just starting out. They faced a world full of challenges, and yet they used their knowledge, their skills, their experiences gained here to make an impact. Today is a better world because of them. You are now stepping into a world that needs your creativity, your leadership, and your determination. You are inheriting not only a rich history, but also the opportunity to shape what comes next. OAC has been a force for progress and change, and now you get to be a part of that. As you leave here, know that you are prepared. Know that you can drive innovation, tackle the greatest challenges of our time, and make a difference in the world. You're ready to build, to dream, and to lead. You're ready to think boldly, to challenge the status quo, and to make a lasting impact. It's your chance to create a legacy. In the years to come, I hope you will stay connected to this place, to each other, and come back, and to the future graduates who will walk in the footsteps that you're in now. Come back and share your story. Inspire those who will sit where you sit today, and know that no matter where your journey takes you, you will always have a home here. So go forward with confidence, with hope, and with the knowledge that you are part of something much larger than yourself. The world is waiting for what you will create, and I cannot wait to see the future that you will build. Congratulations, graduates. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you these scholars from the Ontario Agricultural College that they may be presented with their various and several degrees.
Graduating from the Ontario Agricultural College with the degree Doctor of Philosophy, Navneet. Rehane Abdi. Olatumbosun Ayatan. Reza Baksh Ali Najad. Stacy Dobson. Sonia Mary Drozdowicz. Nicole Gregory. Jason LeMay. Amanda Mongeon. Amir Sarafji. Jarvis A. Staubs. Chu Yue Wong. Ying Ying Yong. Please join me in congratulating all of our doctoral graduates from the Ontario Agricultural College. Graduating from the Ontario Agricultural College with the degree Master of Environmental Sciences, Chantal May Anita Boretsky. Ray Tian Chen. Jasmine Clark. Jibin Dominic. Jesse Ezolua. Li Chin. Divita Jayesh Kumar Patel. Rajvi Jagadish Chandra Patel. Mariana Karina Perez Luna. Naifa Uzla Istya Putri. Bartek Puzio. Tazeen Rahman. Megan Upton. Dhruv Wadwani. Shin-Chen Wang. Graduating with the degree Master of Landscape Architecture, Saina Amin. Sarah Ann Duratney. Ali Abadi. Olivia Marie Jean Sherritt Hobbs. Emily Camrath. Melissa Lindsay Line. Nilofar Mosenivafa. Janelle Elizabeth Neal. Graduating with the degree Master of Planning, Amy Kuchar. Sarah Lyons. Gregory Ian McLeod. Graduating with the degree Master of Science, Cody Anderson. Griffin Bailey. Charles Chettleborough. Aksa Chaudhry. Jessica Siviero. Suma Bala Debi. Alexandra DeRoche. Sky Early. Emily Forrester. Holly Gallo. Emily Gibson. Kevindi Gunasekara. Nilufar Hashemi Tehrani. Ho Yue Lin. Sarah Victoria Hess. Vanessa Ruth Klustra. Faith Desiree Kurtz. Liu Zixian. Samuel P. Maskant. Amanda Simone de Souza Bastos Martins. Scott Moore. Melissa Ann Parent. Susan Ann Price. Nicholas Morris Anthony Puopolo. Julia Shikluna. Sarah Mae Sims. Shayla Spalding. Daria Tabatabaye. Lovelyn Chidinma Ume. Lorraine Vandermeiden. Heather Fraser White. Mingli Zhu. Junyu Zhong. Graduating from the Ontario Agricultural College with the degree Master of Science, Planning, Ajibola Michael Agbejobi. Kimberly Bell. Lucas Donald Barrick. Eva Elizabeth Margaret Bird. Emily Sierra Broder. Kylie Basillo. Alexandra Dickinson. Heather Douglas. Anna Margaret Drake. Sahar Egtasadi. Alexandra Elizabeth Gorman. Lauren Margaret Miller. Ben Tobias Murray. Taylor Wilson. Please join me in congratulating all of our magisteriate graduates from the Ontario Agricultural College. Graduating from the Ontario Agricultural College with the degree Bachelor of Arts Honours Program, Sarah Marie Bannon with distinction. Carmen White with distinction. Graduating with the degree Bachelor of Bioresource Management, Yara Alshani. Saline Niza Bellama. Lauren Taylor Block with distinction. Jada Bowen. Emily Brown. Haley Davis with distinction. Aidan Mark Davey. Victoria Lynn Ernest with distinction. Beatrice Marie Inez Galliano. Rashmi Himaya Gamaj. Gabriel Gatkowski. Siobhan Geary. Delina Nicole Huynh. Lily Kim. Matthew Kolb with distinction. Evelyn Lung. Nicole Mayer. Sadie Marie Elizabeth Mueller with distinction. Ashlyn Nida. Sophie Grace Plord with distinction. Angela May Perjolis. Daphne Ribeiro. Valentina Jessica Solomon. Brooke Marie Stanley. Mantwe Trung. Caitlin Tucock. Megan Elizabeth Van Duren with distinction. Sarah Warner. Lillian Wilkinson with distinction. Graduating from the Ontario Agricultural College with the degree Bachelor of Commerce, Maxwell Sebastian Marintet Almond. Matthew Graham Brown. Wendy Joan Campbell. Emily Cecilia Doan. Gracie Goodhill with distinction. Riley Henderson with distinction. Lauren Alicia Hunard with distinction. Carlin Lan. Caitlin Joyce McGilvery with distinction. Madison Lynn McNichol. Paige Victoria Moore with distinction. Vincent Nim. Callum Stanley Graham Nixon. Evan William Paul. Matthew Reimer with distinction. Hillary Clara Dawn Schneider. Graduating with the degree Bachelor of Landscape Architecture, Mahmoud Alia. Sana Al Naseri. Alia Al Rajeb with distinction. Sayan Aziz with distinction. Katrina Elena Bagshaw with distinction. Shariah Tia Badgin with distinction. Taya Cook. Tegan Davies with distinction. Matthijs de Graaf with distinction. Carolyn Doe with distinction. Taylor Douglas with distinction. Mia Faye Duguay with distinction. Peter Erodatu with distinction. Cassidy Frisk with distinction. Madeline Grace Garretts. Chelsea Olivia Grant with distinction. Megan Heaney with distinction. Brandon Herskowitz with distinction. Summer Hutchinson with distinction. Adrian Coe with distinction. Adrian Emily Kuntz. Colin Robert Lash with distinction. Nadine May Luttrell with distinction. Daniel Mazer with distinction. Bethany Grace Nelson with distinction. Amen Okador with distinction. Janish Patel. Emma Potion with distinction. Ashley Rich with distinction. Kayla Danielle Rosine with distinction. Jack Rudnicki with distinction. Megan Jane Pask-Rattan. Rachel Martha Schooley. Grant Smith with distinction. Wafa Shaheen Somji with distinction. Sophia Elizabeth Sorrentino. Megan Nicole St. Pierre. Rio Victor Chiquen. Skylar Harrison James Vince. Jack Wilmot with distinction. Isabel Wismeyer McCann with distinction. Alexander Rowe with distinction. Giacine Catherine Yan with distinction. Graduating with the degree Bachelor of Science Honors Program. Anita Alidai. Chloe Bannon with distinction. Jesse Barnaby. Jessica Brooke Ben Simon. Haley Ann Bett. Julia Bullard with distinction. Emily Megan Camarda with distinction. Sophia Cassidy. Abby Chan with distinction. Isadora Cipriani with distinction. Lily Kopp with distinction. Lori Maria Delicata with distinction. Amanda Louise Dick with distinction. Benjamin Fox. Natalie Freizek with distinction. Alyssa Teves Furtado. Paris Fuzi with distinction. Julia Eden Gascoigne with distinction. Clara Jitian Gilliland with distinction. Guo Ji Han with distinction. Mingjia Jiang with distinction. Ah Yeon Jo. Elena Joselle. Evan Kay. Carmela Kokanovic with distinction. Allison Sophie Kate LaRue. Kyla Michelle Lewis with distinction. Ji Jun Lin with distinction. Margaret Dolina Lysette with distinction. Tina McQuarrie. Callie McGilly with distinction. Fan Jing Meng. Matea Malutin. Haley Moore. Julia Murray. Natalia Mustafa with distinction. Alyssa Much with distinction. Abigail Pallett with distinction. Wimweepa Prazit Naratpan with distinction. Tea Sinyari with distinction. Haley Stewart with distinction. Jaden Elizabeth Thomas with distinction. Carmen Joanna Vanderwall. Alini Vasquez. Natasha Viti with distinction. Wong Shu Wen with distinction. Yi Jo Wu. Xin Yu Xiao with distinction. Wayne Hoi Kan Yao with distinction. Dong Lei Zhao. Graduating from the Ontario Agricultural College with the degree Bachelor of Science in Agriculture, Bayan Ahmad Abu Hamdieh. Samantha Anthony Thasson. Sam Atwood Whale. Olivia Beckett. McFarland Jeffrey Benham. Megan Border. McKinley Boudreau. I normally don't stop the procession flow for something unless it's a moment, and this is a moment. I've done over 150 ceremonies, and I'm really excited to share with you that our next graduate began his degree here at the University of Guelph in 1976. And now, 49 years later, we are thrilled to invite our most recent graduate in the Bachelor of Science in Agriculture with his new degree, Dave Burnett. I'm so sorry you have to follow that. Mira Michelle Carter. Morgan Clark. Anna Collins. Gibson Avery Cook. Edward Benjamin Cornwell. Aidan Martin Curra. Kira Driscoll with distinction. Sydney Drizzis. Kaylin Catherine Dykeshorn. Efe Unal Engin. Jillian Mary Forstall with distinction. Emily Joanne Fuller. Jillian Hom. Emma Courtney Hardman. Teresa Huthorst. Elijah Moses Nelson Himmel. Alexis Rachel Host. Kate Hutlin. Sana Heisen with distinction. Dominic Jackal. Marissa Jeans with distinction. Solana Leanne Jimenez Vasquez. Ian Keith Lawton. Taylor Legg with distinction. Christopher Llewellyn with distinction. Brooklyn Marie Lloyd. Mason James Lobsinger with distinction. Kaylin Luprepa with distinction. Abigail Martins. Thomas Norman McClure. Griffin Brian McFall. Lucy Jean McNiven. Ashley Miller. Avery Mulder with distinction. Maggie Grace Nixon. Jillian Madison Ohm with distinction. Dattatreya Reddy Pajuru. Mallory Phillips. Avery Pick with distinction. Meg Olivia Rogers with distinction. Chelsea Connie Sauvé. Paige Sawchuk. Emma Grace Seeley with distinction. Ananya Sharma with distinction. Caitlin Nicole Sharp. Omar John Sukman. Emmeline Tabakol with distinction. Sophie Vandenborg. Jamie Van Utegem. Danielle Vogels with distinction. Nikita Wong. Adriana Natalia Wright. Tianhui Zhang with distinction. Graduating with a degree Bachelor of Science in Environmental Sciences, Ella Anderson with distinction. Angelina Amelia Appleby with distinction. Jade Belfleur with distinction. Alexandra Blundell with distinction. Henry Thompson Barrett with distinction. Emma Carlisle Bullock. Jonathan Day. Sequoia Caroline Elson with distinction. Parker Scott Farnand with distinction. Isaac Fisher with distinction. Christina Joy Caracos with distinction. Julianne Lee with distinction. Grace Avery Lush. Kate Olivia McPherson. Avery Juliana Mendegibson with distinction. Catherine Marie Norman. Katie Prionis with distinction. Maya Scragg. Alicia Grace Armstrong Selman with distinction. Zidan Sumar. Matthijs Terpstra. Victoria Vanels. Piper Mackenzie Viola with distinction. Zoe Warden with distinction. Graduating from the Ontario Agricultural College with the Associate Diploma in Turfgrass Management, Benjamin Agnew. Cohen Billor. Aaron Brock. Edwin Brooks. Liam Daniel Cameron. Evan Logan Crosskill. Gavin Curry. Hayden Gwen. Gordon Jackson Kelly. Dalton O'Brien. Samuel Christopher Ostafin. Ethan Rossi. Max Tate. Cameron William George Vidler. Zachary Weber. Owen Zufelt. At the beginning of the ceremony, we showed you a video. The voice in that video, which was me, assured you that there would be a moment for truly thunderous applause. I am a man of my word, and this is that exact moment.
Madam Chancellor, I would ask you to confer the various and several degrees on the graduates listed in the program, but unable to be present at the ceremony.
By virtue of the authority vested in me and in the University of Guelph, I confer the various and several degrees in absentia on the graduates not present.
The last speaker, I promise. My name's Rennie Van Acker, and I have the privilege to serve as the interim president, vice chancellor here at the University of Guelph. Also an OAC 89 grad. Congratulations. It's an honor to be here to celebrate our OAC class of 2025. And as we near the close of today's celebration, we want to take a moment to acknowledge the incredible journey that each of you have been on and to say thank you. Your time here has been marked by growth, challenge, discovery, and more than a few unforgettable moments. You showed up for each other, offering notes from a missed class perhaps, or quietly sharing study space, bonded by caffeine and deadlines. You became regulars on the bus, early mornings, half asleep, late nights, half frozen. Some of you probably pulled some all-nighters, maybe late night studying in the McLaughlin Library, maybe woken to life by that alarm buzzer that blares when the library closes. You made friends who I'm sure feel like family to you now. You danced during O Week. Many of you probably painted the canon, maybe became a trivia night regular, even if your team never quite figured out the lyrics to any song from before 2005. You worked hard and you played hard, and while I could keep listing the moments that made up your time here, we'd rather show you.
Your time here wasn't just about the work, but we know there was lots of that. Lectures, labs, papers, and study groups. And it wasn't all about the fun. But we know there was lots of that. It could have been more about the people. The roommates, the friends, the professors, and classmates. But what we know for sure is, your time here was about you. Do you remember who you were that first day? You were definitely younger, maybe a little nervous and excited. You were trying to figure out where your next class was, what the next week would look like. And slowly, you conquered course after course, completed each semester, each year. It wasn't easy. For many of you, it wasn't even linear. But you're here. So how did you change? Along the way, you made friends.
We're going to the Frosty mug.
You might have even fallen in love. You learned how to take care of yourself, whether it was making a meal or managing your bills. You certainly learned how to manage your time. Some of you came here with an idea of who you wanted to be, while others, it was a process of self-discovery. Today, at the end of it all, we know you chose to spend your time here at the University of Guelph, and we chose you. You became part of our campus and community through learning and connecting, by cheering and working, and today, by graduating. How you choose to spend your time now is full of possibilities. You came to the University of Guelph to get future ready, and as a graduate, as alumni, this place will always be here to remind you of who you were and who you are today.
What you saw captures the heart of your time here at Guelph. Not just the big milestones, but the ordinary days that became extraordinary because of the people you spent them with. And here's what we hope you carry with you. You chose the University of Guelph, and we chose you. You didn't just learn here, you lived here. You built community, challenged norms, and you really brought this campus to life. No matter where your path leads from here, the University of Guelph is part of your story now, and you will always be part of our story. As you embark on your new journey, remember that you have the power to shape the future and contribute to a better, more just, and more sustainable world. The world definitely needs your talent, your energy, and your compassion. We are incredibly proud of each and every one of you. And we eagerly await the remarkable achievements you will accomplish in the years to come. We are very excited about your future. and know that the University of Guelph will always be your home. Congratulations, OAC class of 2025.
Okay, just one more quick announcement on how the final stage of Convocation is going to go. In a moment, I'm going to invite our bagpiper, Barry, front and center. He'll start playing the bagpipes here. When you hear the bagpipe music, I'm going to ask you to stand, and Barry will escort the platform party out of the Convocation Hall. Now, traditionally, our new graduates would follow out to the bagpipe music, but you're going to leave to different music, and I'll explain what that means in just a few moments. We call that a tease. Friends and family, for those of you, you're going to instinctually, once the grads leave, want to get up and get out of here as soon as possible. But I'm going to encourage you not to for two reasons. One, we need to give the grads an unimpeded route over to the reception hall so that you can get over there as well. And I can almost virtually guarantee you'll end up behind a locked door somewhere. So just wait with me. We'll dismiss each other in 3 sections, and I promise it'll only take about 2 minutes, and I will make sure to get you where you are going. All right, with that, we'll invite Barry forward. When you hear the bagpipe music, I'll ask everyone to stand. But we have a wonderful tradition here at the University of Guelph that the final word on Convocation shall always come from our Chancellor.
This convocation ceremony is concluded.
Convocation is concluded. Please stand as you're able for the platform party.